So which one did you choose, or which one did you study?
Georgia.
I think there's a lot of different Southern accents, right? And I think if you break them down into like broad categories, it kind of goes from the East Coast and then moves west. The East Coast, they do more of dropping their R sounds. And then as you get further west, it gets more, closed, and you say those hard R's, it gets a little more like rough sounding. Also, I don't know if you do you watch House of Cards?
Yes.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey's doing this real like genteel Southern
Yes.
gentleman accent, and there's been like several articles about how that accent doesn't exist anymore, right? It's a relevant accent, and I think some people do still do it, but when you're dropping the R's and you have that real Southern belle sort of sound, it's more and more just going away, and for stage, for acting, certainly relevant, but again, much like Chicago or New York, you have to think about the time period and look up things that are relevant to that time period. I think it sounds quite nice. You've got a good placement. A lot of these sounds are really spot on. One thing I want to point out, and this goes for any American, I'm going to say any, there's probably an exception as soon as I say that. Any American accent that drops their R's, there's an exception to the rule, which is words that are in the nurse set. So when I say the nurse set, I mean the lexical set of words that share the same vowel sound as nurse. So that sound, like heard, nurse, absurd, word, right? Those ones, the R comes back in, unless you're doing a real old-timey New York where you say like wide, like, or like, do you know what I'm talking about? Those gangster accents where they're like, what in the wild is going on? That kind of thing, which is like super, super old-timey, but a real thing. But for her, it's what? Any other word in this one? Instead of any other word, which becomes sort of British, any other word, that R comes back very gently in the nurse set, and that goes for these accents as well. I can't think of any other nurse set words in there. Will you just try that line for me?
That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet.
Yeah, and you notice how it's not like a different Southern accent where it would be like any other word. Any other word. It's very gentle, but it's there. So any of those where the R dropping starts to feel weird, ask yourself if it's in that nurse set.
Okay.
And then be like, oh, maybe there is a light R in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
Great.
Oh, we have to just really quick.